If you're looking for the cheapest and most reliable Madden 22 coins on the market, check out my sponsor, MMOEXPR.com. Links are in the description, and use code JEDI at checkout for 5% off.
Alrighty, hey there guys, Adrian DaCosta here, aka Jedi Bro 95, coming at you guys with another video. If you guys can't tell, over the last couple of days, I have actually had a bit of a cold. Had to go take a COVID test yesterday, and luckily I'm alright. But yeah, if you can't tell from my voice, I have some pretty bad not nasal, like voice issue, I guess. I don't fucking know. But in this video, guys, I wanted to actually do this over the weekend, but what I'm going to talk about in this video is going to be a state of the game discussion video. I have not done this since last month, and I, kind of want to do one of these every month just to give, my input on what things I want to see changed and stuff like that. So I don't know how many I'm going to be talking about specifically, but there is going to be a good amount in the video. So with that being said, the first thing I'm going to touch on, guys, is AP changes. Now, I would like to see some AP changes come to the game. I know, like, it's their whole own separate thing, but you can't really talk about the state of the game without mentioning some AP changes, right? Because obviously, with AP changes, the meta starts to change with some abilities getting buffed or nerfed, essentially. So we're going to start with offensive lineman abilities. Now, for me personally, I would like to see Identifier go down to 1 AP as well as Post Up. Identifier and Post Up should drop to 1 AP each. For Identifier, it's really self-explanatory. You don't, like, it's not that even that game-breaking, to be completely honest. I even was in, I don't know if you guys know who Joke is, but I was actually in his space because he held a space yesterday on Twitter. And I was just listening in, and he said, there used to be things like half AP, which I don't necessarily agree with. I think that would just throw off the math a little bit. But I do think that, identifiers should be cheaper than 2 AP. It should be 1 AP, same with post up. And then threat detector, I would actually like to see drop down to 2 AP as well. Because threat detector is a very situational, pardon me, it's a very situational ability that really only activates on 3rd and 4th down and highlights the blitzers on those plays. And then in terms of the in terms of identifier and post up, realistically, neither of these were game breaking to the point where you needed to be raising the AP. So, and last year they were both 1 AP as well. So I don't understand why they brought them up again. Just changing abilities that did not need to be changed. Moving on to wide receivers actually, and I touched on this. In an entire video in and of itself, but I do think all these specific spot receiver apprentices, outside slot, and tight end apprentice should be 1 AP for every archetype in the game. Okay, it doesn't matter what archetype, physical, deep threat, slot, route runner, it should be 1 AP. Now I'm okay with wide receiver apprentice being 2 AP, and then route apprentice on tight ends being 3 AP. I'm okay with that. But the specific ones in general, like I touched on in the video, needs to be 1 AP. And that just doesn't make any sense how someone like Dan Marino can get every single hot route in the game for everybody for 2 AP. Meanwhile, I have to pay 2 AP for one specific spot for 4 extra hot routes. It doesn't make any sense. It should be 1 AP for every archetype in the game and every single one of those abilities. And honestly, I think in order to balance it out a little bit more, I would argue that Hot Route Master should go up to about 6 AP for all archetypes. Because that way you balance it out. Because let's say you go 1, 2, 3. Say you put backfield running back apprentice on a green 3, 4, 5. You still technically pay 1 extra AP, but you're getting extra bonus for it, right? Because for tight end apprentice, you get for route apprentice, you can get the routes for lined up in the as a wide receiver or as a tight end. For physical, for like the outs, you can line them up at outside, inside, and it really wouldn't matter who you have to pick for your archetypes, right? For your specific spots, because now for me personally, for AP purposes, I have to have TJ Houshmandzadeh in the lineup, which is ridiculous. Which in my opinion is ridiculous, because I should not have to have a slot receiver to be able to get 1 AP for slot apprentice. It's dumb, doesn't make sense, and I think it should be changed. Quarterbacks, moving on to their AP changes, I would like to see Roaming Deadeye go up to 5 AP. Granted, I know EA did say that they adjusted, making it to where dead eyes activate when they're not supposed to. Well, that doesn't work because I can still get roaming dead eye to work perfectly without being standing still in outside the pocket. I can still glitch this out. I can still get it to work pretty consistently. So yeah, no, this doesn't work. Bring it up to 5 AP. As well as some other changes. Gunslinger, I think, should be 4 AP max, maybe 3 AP for improvisers. Again, just another ability that did not need to be changed. I don't understand why EA changed it. Escape Artist, I used to say it should be 2 AP for improvisers. It's fine at 3 AP. Although, if you could lower it to 2 AP to give improvisers a little bit more of an edge, that would be nice. I'm not trying to make improvisers the best archetype in the game. I'm just trying to give them more help for their abilities, because they really don't get any good abilities until the very end of the game. So, that I think is it for the offensive ability. No, actually, there's one more. Red zone threats, I think should go up to 3 or 4 AP. It is super, super glitchy. I've seen people like Throne use the hell out of this ability, and it's very glitchy. It's such a good ability, and I do think it's a guaranteed touchdown if you do this right. Like if you use red zone threat properly, it's a guaranteed touchdown 99% of the time. 1% of the time is just because EA cheats you. So I do think it should go up to 3 AP because it was definitely it's something that definitely does need to be changed, personally. Again, this is just for overall balance of the game, in my personal opinion. And then we move on to the defensive side of the ball. Acrobat, I think, should definitely go down to 1 AP for all archetypes and all defensive backs to balance out the defense right now, because defense is very hard to play. So if you give Acrobat to everybody for 1 AP, then you obviously get something really good for cheaper AP, and then you can add like more things for your AP. Like maybe, like for me personally, I have like 5 acrobats. So I could get take 5 AP off. I can add another acrobat and I would still have 4 AP left. So I could probably go like maybe a couple of unpredictables, a couple of secure tacklers, and done. So also Lurker, I think should be 1 AP for all archetypes as well. I'm glad that they did lower the requirements to unlock it. Don't get me wrong, but I do think that it should be 1 AP for all archetypes as well. I don't think it should be 2. Getting spectacular catch animations for lurking defenders should not be something. Well, it should obviously be on linebackers by default, but I do think it should be 1 AP on all archetypes. All right, sorry about that, guys. So we're going to move on to thing number 2. And thing number 2 for the things I would like to see updated in the next title update, obviously, is more patches to zone coverage. More specifically, making it so that way zone coverage carries more routes across their zones rather than just standing there looking stupid. I cannot tell you how many times I have seen a player in zone coverage just do not make an attempt to go after a player when they're breaking right in front of them for specific routes. Like, for example, an out route can get by a curl flat, no problem. A hook curl or vert hook allows a crosser to go right over their heads. Like, if the receiver breaks into their zone, the defensive player should carry that player into throughout their entire zone until they leave it. Or if it's match, obviously, you keep going. You whatever. But that to me is something that really bugs me about this game, is the fact that DBs and defensive players don't carry receivers when they have routes breaking into their zones. Like deep corner routes, cover 3 still gets glitched out because you can run like a corner and a streak route under a streak and a corner route underneath it, and then the corner route will not the corner, the outside third on the wherever that concept is going to will glitch out and try and run back to the corner, and you got a wide open touchdown on a streak down the field. I've done this a lot to people now recently because, well, I mean, it's just something that is that's a thing. But it's just really frustrating to see that consistently happens instead of the safety instead of the safety taking away the streak route, they give up halfway through and they just don't even go and make a play for the streak route. And they give up the one thing they're not supposed to. Now, if you're throwing a corner route underneath a streak route and a cover 3, that's fine. If you're throwing a corner route over the top between a flat and a deep half, that I think is also fine because the deep half because the corner route gets underneath that deep half. So that would also make sense because that's just good football right there, right? Like you're occupying the flat zone. You're occupying the flat zone with a curl or with a hitch route, and then that smash concept corner route gets up over the top with their corner route. And then obviously, you would have to adjust your defensive line like that, your secondary like that. Another thing that I think, that needs to be that is a problem for me when it comes to these coverages is the fact that also number 3, DBs don't fucking play the ball. DBs, when players are throwing directly at a defensive back, the defensive back needs to play the ball and catch it, okay? I don't care what type of sliders we're on. If we're playing in comp sliders, mainly in sim or arcade, whatever, because it's they're the whatever slides. But if you're playing on comp sliders, there's absolutely no reason you should be getting away with bad throws. If I throw a bad throw, I expect to get picked off. If I make a bad read and I throw it right into double coverage, the defensive backs should not bat the ball down and just not make a play on the ball. They should catch the ball every single time. Okay, I am so sick of people getting away with throwing into double coverage and the defensive back bats the ball down instead of trying to fucking get the ball, instead of trying to pick off the ball. It's so annoying. I am so done with that shit. Please, EA, bring back, fix the play ball feature in Madden, okay? Make it so that way we come away with more interceptions. Drop picks are the bane of everybody's fucking existence right now because of how easy it is to drop a goddamn pick in this game. Oh, it's so annoying to see that. Anyhow, thing number 4, gentlemen, what I would like to see fixed personally, and that is just the fact that I would like to see fixed in the next AP update. Obviously, I would like to see, pass rush be a little bit better. Pass rush in this game right now is just straight up not very good. That's how people have so much time in the pocket. And that's one of the bigger reasons I think when people sit there and say zones don't work, which don't get me wrong, they absolutely don't. But I think a lot of the reason is the fact that the quarterback, your opponent or you have too much time in the pocket to find somebody. And if you got 4 or 5 seconds in the pocket, obviously your receiver is going to break free and they're going to find somebody down the field. So I do think pass rush needs to be buffed a little bit more, obviously, and stuff of that nature. I would like to see that happen a little bit more, with pass rush. You get better pass rush angles. You obviously get more sacks, especially when you're going up against weaker offensive linemen or even tight ends. And speaking of tight ends, number 5 of things I want to see fixed is the removal of tight end delay fades, okay? It's clear EA cannot balance the tight end delay fade in any way, shape, or form. So I think it's just time to get rid of it. It's time to get rid of the tight end delay fade. Get rid of it. Put it on get rid of the route altogether. Because EA can't figure out a way to fully get them to do it. Because to balance it. Because if you man up the tight end delay fade, well, the tight end, the person that's manned up won't respond half the time and will act like a spy because they start to think, oh, that tight end is not a threat. So they just become a spy, kind of like how what linebackers do when they when they're manned up on when they're manned up on running backs. If the linebacker realizes that the running back is pass blocking, the linebacker becomes a spy automatically. And so that's what EA has to fix is when it comes to something like that. It's just get rid of the tight end delay fade. I don't mind though if you have no responsibility, you spy the quarterback type of argument. That's fine. But I think it's time to get rid of the tight end delay fade. You've had your chances to fix it, and it's just clear you cannot fix it whatsoever. And I don't know, bring in a tight end streak, or not tight end streak, or a tight end slant route or something. I don't know. Just figure out another route you could put in, because those delay fades are just absolute nonsense. Yes, I understand you can glitch them out and make them automatically activate, but to be completely honest, I would rather just see them gone, because it's just so annoying. Because also, not only do tight end delay fades, are the best route in the game, but they're also the best blocker in the game. Like, the tight end delay fade blocking is so fucking good. Like, they block like their life depend. Like, in Gut Fox's words, they block like they had the might of Zeus on their side. Like, just, oh good lord, it's just ridiculous. And EA needs to just take out the delay fades personally. A few more things I want to see. These are smaller details, but out of those, those are the bigger things I want to see fixed. These next few things are just smaller things I'd like to see in upcoming title updates. First off, I would like to see formation subs carry over in Ultimate Team. I would like to be able to sub in for specific players and specific formations and have them carry over from game to game instead of having to do it every single game. Especially when you have receivers that have like certain apprentices at specific spots. Like, for example, like for me on my Hawks team, Houshmandzadeh has slot apprentice, but he's my third receiver, so I obviously have to sub him in if I want to play a 2-receiver set and have him in the slot. I have to make a sub for him, and I think you should just be able to do that automatically. Formation sub should be something that carries over from game to game. Next thing I want to see also be changed from as well is some playbook customization. Maybe not like full on custom playbooks, but adding a couple of plays here or there. Like, you cannot add new formations, don't get me wrong. Like, you can't add new formations and stuff like that, but it would be nice to see EA give us play customization to where we can customize our playbooks a little bit. Like, you can add a couple of new plays in like a trip set, or you could add a couple of new plays in a single back formation. Next thing I would like to see as well is a MUT practice mode. I don't know why we haven't gotten this yet, especially since we asked for this basically in the entirety of last year, and this year we still haven't gotten a MUT practice mode yet. So please, EA, implement a MUT practice mode into the game. That would be also very nice. That way we don't have to go out and create a roster for our ultimate teams and then practice with them in practice mode. We can just practice with them in the practice mode. So that is something I would like to see in the incoming title updates and stuff of that nature. And then the last thing I would like to see come in, this is just a small thing for me personally, but I would like to see the old visuals come back, like how they had it last year, where not like what they had, like where you pick your jersey and it works for your team chem. No, I'm talking about like where you can use those visuals. They don't count towards your team chemistry, and you can just wear whatever jerseys you want. I would like to see that return next in some coming title updates, because personally, I don't want to be wearing the same uniforms every single. Are we really gonna get a pick 6 off of that? Really? God, Geno Smith is ass. By the way, Seahawks, please go get Cam Newton. Geno Smith is not cutting it. He just straight up is not. Anyhow, yeah, I would like to see us be able to wear whatever jerseys we want, and not so that way not just because I hate the Seahawks jerseys, but because of the fact that I'm just getting bored of it gets boring looking at them consistently, Like, it just gets really boring looking at the same things over and over again. Obviously, I would like to change it up. Hopefully they do implement new jerseys into the game like they did last year eventually, but as it stands right now, I would like to see the old visuals come back. But that being said, guys, that is going to end this video. These are things I would like to see come in the next title update, as well as potentially future title updates. So let me know in the comment section below, gentlemen, if you do agree or disagree with anything I have said. Let me know what else you would like to see. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Hopefully I'm not a scratchy voiced dude by the next video. Probably will be, because I actually got to make a couple more videos today. But I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.